welcome back to another live, and today we're going to talk about a new giveaway. We're also going to talk about who won the last giveaway, which was 3 days ago. I am so excited for y'all to be here. I sure hope you have been enjoying the Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along. Are you enjoying having 1 day a giveaway, 1 day a stitch tutorial, and 1 day a free pattern? And that is going to be repeated until we're done with 24 days. Ooh, I'm so excited. I really love this event. It's been really fun. It's also been very fun for me to see you guys go through the process and each day something different. I love seeing everyone's reaction about it, and it doesn't seem very overwhelming for most. So it looks like this type of setup is really beneficial for all of you. Am I right? I really love it. Let's see. Yes, there's always a little tiny delay when I go live. So I believe it's about 30-ish seconds or so, 20 to 30 seconds, usually a little delay. But I'm glad you guys are all here. So let's talk about today's giveaway, and then we'll guide you into how you're going to enter. And while we're going through that process, I will show you how you can find out whether you were one of the winners, okay, from the last giveaway. So the very first thing is Lion Brand is sponsoring this giveaway. We're not sponsoring, they're providing the giveaway prices for this giveaway. And so what you have a chance to win is 7 skeins of Hue and Me yarn, which I love using. I have used it a bunch of times. I currently have only one free to view pattern on my website, and I'll show it to you in a second how that looks like. But I have other patterns too, but they're just in the ebooks, okay? So, or they may be in the Crochet Club. I have more patterns using this yarn. So the first thing is this giveaway is for US and Canada, okay? US and Canada. The first one was US only. This one is US and Canada. You can enter until December 6, 2025 by 6 p.m. Pacific time. Then it gets cut off. So make sure you do that by that time. It's very easy to follow along. It's very easy to enter. And I will make sure that you don't enter the wrong thing, because that happened on day 1. A lot of you guys clicked on the wrong thing, aka you clicked on the ads. Ignore the ads. I literally write down what you need to do. Okay, so we're going to go through it. We're going to have 2 winners at the end, and they will be announced when the next giveaway is going to be announced, which is going to be by this Sunday. We're going to have a new giveaway, and on that same day, we're going to announce the winners of this giveaway. Okay, so you always have 3 days. It's not 3 full days, but it's close enough. So let's talk about Hue and Me yarn, and then I'll show you how to enter it. And if you already entered, let me know. I know some of you guys are going to enter after the live. That's totally fine. I'd rather you stay here for a second anyways. And then we're also going to talk about the stitch as well as the pattern we have just published from the last 2 days. All right, how's it going, everyone? Francis says yes, it's a very good setup. I am really glad you guys enjoy it. Let's see, is anyone new here? I see a couple new people here. Hello, everyone. Faith says, I love the way you set it up this year's Advent calendar. I am so glad. Last year we had like stitch pattern, stitch pattern, stitch pattern. I felt like that was still very overwhelming. The first time around, actually the first 2 times around, we had a pattern every single day, and I felt like that was very overwhelming, which is why I broke it up this time. And well, actually last year I already broke it up into stitch pattern, stitch pattern, stitch pattern, but I felt like it was still too much. So this time around we have a giveaway in between. So it really breaks it up mentally, and you have enough patterns to go through and make a bunch of them for this holiday season. Hello, everyone. I am so glad you guys are here. Hi, Diana. I'm glad you're here. You just got home from an exam. Ooh, I hope you did well. I hope you did well. Okay, so let's talk about the yarn first. I'm going to remove this picture so you guys can see my small little camera over here. Okay, so this is Hue and Me yarn. So what makes Hue and Me yarn special? So first of all, this yarn is made in a collaboration between 2 of Wands and Lion Brand. So they got together. She's an amazing designer. She is very elegant, classic, modern. I say classic and modern because it really depends on what she's designing. Really fashionable designs, a lot of garments. She lives in New York, so in New York is that background, okay? So, or she lives in the New York area. So she's amazing. Alex from Two of One is incredible, an incredible designer. She does crocheting and knitting. So you will see very often that, not always, but very often she converts one over to the other. So you have the same or similar look for both types of yarn crafts, let's say it that way, right? She doesn't do it always, and I totally get it, because sometimes that effect is just not the same for one to the other, but she tries, and she has incredible designs. Anyways, so this one was her very first yarn that she did with Line Brand. It's called Hue and Me, and it is a 80 to 20% ratio, so 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It is a 5 in terms of yarn weight, so it's a bulky yarn. It's 137 yards for 125 grams. I personally really enjoy working with this yarn, especially for baskets, and I'll show you my basket in a second. Really enjoy working with this. It's a really nice yarn. It holds up nicely in terms of baskets. It's great for bags. It's great for really thick cardigans of some sort, even hats. I think this is a great yarn even for blankets, although that might be a little bit heavy, but it will work really well because that little bit of wool in there makes it stay warm. So you have that acrylic to be durable, but you also have the wool to keep you warm. Now, of course, for those who are allergic to wool, this might not be your option. I totally get it, but I do absolutely love this yarn. In terms of washable, yes, it is washable. It says machine washable and dryable. It's, as I said, a fantastic yarn to crochet with. I love using it. As I said, I have multiple patterns with it, but currently it's only one free to view on my website. The other ones are either distributed through email, ebooks, or the Crochet Club. Let's see. I think that someone said they got the ebook. Yay! Manon entered. Did I say this right, Manon? I hope I said it right. Do you have to finish the project to enter the giveaway? Betsy says. No, this is one of the things I mentioned almost immediately when we had the Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along happening, or when we first announced it. You go through at your own pace. You're not required to finish any or all the patterns. You do what works for you. I do recommend at least trying the stitch tutorials out so that you can learn something new, because it's good for your brain. But if you feel like that pattern may not work for you, then don't do it. You do whatever works best for you, okay? So let's talk about the pattern for a second. Actually, trying to debate, should I show you my pattern first? Let me see if I can show you the pattern at the same time. I'm going to just swoop around real quick because I want to show you the pattern I have done before. Okay, so this is the pattern I have used in order, or designed in with Hue and Me yarn. So for those who remember, we've done this in as a crochet along, as a live crochet along. It was very popular. We absolutely loved going through this. So I designed this and I taught it live. So this was really fun. This was like a 3-parter live crochet along. Do you guys remember this one? I used Hue and Me yarn for this pattern, and as you can see, it holds up very nicely. I really loved using it for baskets. It's one of my favorite and go-tos for baskets, even bags. Blankets, as I said, is a great one too. Hats, scarves, anything like that. So now let me go and show you guys a few other yarns, not just this yarn, because I think Line Brand has some really amazing yarns, and I want to show you some of my favorites. Let's see, there was a couple of questions first. I answered Betsy's. Let's see, was there another thing? Claudia says, I knit also, Nikki. Nice to learn about knitter designers that you trust, because I trust your judgment. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, Alex is a really good designer. A really good designer. I love her. She's amazing. Definitely check her out if you want to do some knitting stuff. Let's see. Was there another one? Linda says, I had trouble with Instagram when I had it and deleted it, so I'm not entering the prices. Linda, you may have not checked out this giveaway this time around, because you will see something and it might still change your mind to enter. We'll see. I'll show you in a second. Okay. Let's see. Asia Joe 1010 says, I'm new to your channel and page, still confused on how it all works, but I saw that there's day one that probably explains more, and we'll check that out. Stay here because I'm about to show you how it works. Okay, I'm going to guide you through it. But first, let me show you a few yarns that I love using all the time that are from Lion Brand. Okay, so let me move this guy to the side. Okay, so this is another yarn I love using, and that is 24/7 cotton yarn. There's also a 24/7 DK version. I believe it's called 24/7 DK. I'm pretty sure that's another version. But I really, really love this yarn. It looks amazing. Look at the different colors on the camera. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious how the cameras pick it up differently. It's the same yarn, as you can see. I'm holding it, but cameras pick it up differently. Anyways, this yarn is obviously 100% cotton yarn. It's very durable. It is a chainette type of yarn, so it's like a knitted cord kind of thing, right? It's really, really cool. I love it. It's a number 4 yarn, and I love working with it. It's 100% mercerized cotton yarn, so it's very durable, and you can use it for bags, etc. It's really, really great yarn. Love using it. It's not the softest, but it is soft enough that I love using it, especially for durability, and it doesn't split the yarn. So when it comes to that, I will always go back to that, okay? It looks like Beverly got the ebook. Yay, Beverly! I'm so glad you did. Okay, so let me show you some other yarns. Another yarn that I love is Heartland yarn. Absolutely one of my favorites. Like, since I started crocheting and since this one was available, it's kind of my go-to. And the reason for that is it's because of the way the yarn looks. It also the way it feels, and of course how it works up. But it has that, I don't know what, it's not a really 100% solid color, right? What is it called? There's a name for it. Oh, heather. I was like looking for it. It's like, what is the name called? It's like a heathered type of coloring. Okay, so it's called heathered. I don't know why they called it that way, but it's called heathered, where it's not a 100% solid yarn. It's like 2 or 3 tones of the same color, right? And that's kind of what makes Heartland yarn really, really special. So this one, and you get also a lot of yardage for, for the amount of skein, right? This is a 5-ounce one. You get 250 yards, and it's a number 4 yarn. It's 100% acrylic yarn. I love this yarn. As I said, I use it all the time. I have a lot of patterns with this one. Really, really love this yarn. But there's another 2 yarns that are really, really amazing. Color Theory. Oh my gosh, I love Color Theory. I don't know what it is about this yarn that makes your project look extremely elegant after. I don't know what it is, but it's amazing. This is another collaboration between Lion Brand and Two of Wands. So this is her second yarn that she came out with them. This is a number 4 yarn. So remember, Hue and Me yarn is a number 5 yarn and includes wool. This one is 100% acrylic yarn. It is 246 yards for 100 grams. That's a huge number. Okay, let's compare this here for a second with this one, okay? So I just want you to see the yardage here, okay? This is 142 grams and you get 251 yards. You get here almost the same yardage, but it's less in weight, okay? These are both number 4 yarns. Both number 4 yarns. You get more yardage with Color Theory than you do with Heartland. I'm not saying that's a bad thing for Heartland. I'm not saying that, okay? It's a different yarn, but I am impressed with this, okay? You get a lot with this. It's machine washable, dryable. It also works up really well. Like, it's very soft. Every time I use this yarn, I feel like the project looks more elegant. I don't know how it happens, okay? I've made a bag with this. I have made a few other things with this. It always looks elegant. It's almost like Two of Wands really wanted it to be that way, because I said her designs are very elegant, right? They're really like, oh my gosh, they look like she just came from the runway kind of situation, like something, it's really, really good. Okay, I love her. Don't get me wrong, okay? But this yarn, it's like you are getting the Two of Wands effects. It really truly feels like it. If you ever use this yarn, you know what I'm talking about. It's incredible. So if you've never tried this before, try it out. By the way, I put a link to Lion Brand's website in the description, so make sure you check that out, okay? Because that way you can check out all the different yarns. And currently it's December. I'm sure they have a lot of sales going on, okay? Then I also love this yarn, okay? So I am usually not a fan of mandala, but mandala gradient, yes please. I'm actually surprised that this one is not called ombre, because I would call that ombre in my opinion because of the gradient effect that ombre has. Ombre is an effect where it's a really smooth transition, but they already had an ombre yarn, right? So that's why they called this one the gradient yarn. Out of all the mandalas, this is my favorite. And the reason is because of the color transition from one to another. It is so smooth. You do not know whether you're in one color or the other. You can only tell at the end, you're like, oh, I'm in a different color now, right? While you are crocheting, you're not even seeing when the color transition is happening, right? It's literally, you have to hold it far away, like, oh, the color changed. And that is why I love it. There's no abrupt change, right? Typical mandala yarn typically has abrupt changes. The gradient yarn does not, okay? This one is 150 grams, 295 yards. It's a number 4 yarn. It is 90% acrylic and 10% nylon. I don't feel the nylon in any kind of way. I don't know. It feels like just acrylic yarn, but again, that's 90% of it, right? I love it. It's another fantastic yarn. There's a lot of different colors. In fact, you can see some of the colors here behind me. That's the reason I put it there, because I love it so much. I like have it ready to go. In fact, we used this yarn a few times in this ebook, which I'll show you in a second. I will point them out so you can see when did I use mandala gradient yarn. I did use this yarn in the ebook, in the patterns, and yeah, I love this yarn. So amazing. Let's see. I made the unicorn hat with the gradient. Yes, we did. We did the moving unicorn hat. That one used mandala gradient yarn. Correct. That's what we did. Definitely love this one. Okay, so those are the different yarns that I love in my go-to. Okay, someone said landscape yarn. Landscape yarn. Okay, let me say it this way. Landscape yarn is incredible in terms of the look. Okay, and working with it, sure. If you're going, actually crocheting with it, yeah, that's fine. If you're trying to frog it, it's a nightmare. Okay, and the reason for it is not 100% processed yarn. When I say processed, that means it wasn't spun. Okay, it is literally unprocessed in that kind of sense, if you want to call it that way. It is, there's a name for it, and it slipped my mind now. There's a special name for that type of yarn that is not spun yet. Does anyone remember? Because it's just slipped my mind. I don't remember what it's called. There's a specific word for it. Roving. I got it. I knew I would come to it. It's called roving yarn, okay? It's a roving type of yarn. That means it hasn't been spun yet. So they literally are selling it unspun. And because of that, the yarn fibers are pretty much crazy. Think of it like a lot of different hooks on it, on the yarn fibers, and then you're trying to frog it. And then you're going to get stuck. And that is landscape yarn, okay? If you've ever tried that yarn, Mary Maxim has a similar version of that. And I don't remember what it's called. Prism yarn. I just looked at my yarn shelf. It's called Prism yarn. That's another one. It's pretty much it's identical to landscape yarn. Yes, the look of it, incredible. I love crocheting with it. Frogging? No. Do not make mistakes with that type of yarn. You will have a nightmare. In fact, that roving yarn can rip too because it doesn't have the stability and durability that a spun yarn has. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope that explains it, okay? But I love the look of it. Don't get me wrong. I love the look of landscape yarn, but I don't like frogging it. And as a designer, we frog a lot. So that's one of the reasons I don't use it a lot. That's my explanation. You wanted probably to know about it, so there you go, okay? Let's see. I actually enjoy using Landscape Breeze. I don't know if I've tried that version yet. I need to look. Linda, is that one spun? Is Landscape Breeze yarn spun? Maybe. I thought I had it somewhere. I'm looking at my shelf and I don't remember if I had it. Have I tried it before? If I have, it's been a long time and I don't remember. Okay, so let me now show you how you can enter this giveaway. Okay, and at the same time, I show you who won the last giveaway. I know there's always questions about this, okay? So let me pop up my iPad. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the link that is pinned, or better in the description. I also will have it in the comments, so that way you can tap on that as well. What happens is when you click on that, it's going to take you over to my website talking about the free advent calendar mystery crochet along of this year. There's 8 giveaways, 8 stitch tutorials, and 8 Christmas gift idea patterns included in this mystery crochet along. 888 equals 24 days of fun. Okay, yes, we're having fun here, and if you're not part of it, you're missing out on it. Yes, you are going to get daily emails because every day is something new, but that makes it fun. Am I right? So let me guide you through it. So the first thing is what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down. Ignore that ad, please. Okay, that is not part of this giveaway. See, it even changes. It's not part of this giveaway. Okay, so first you want to sign up for it if you haven't done so. Then what you can do, you either scroll down manually yourself, or you're going to tap that advent calendar. You can also purchase the ebook, by the way. Okay, highly recommended if you prefer ad-free content for the stitches or the patterns. In fact, you get 16 extra patterns when you're getting the ebook. I'll talk about that in a moment. Okay, let's get you through the giveaway part first. So you either scroll down, or you're going to tap that button right there where it says see the doors open digitally. Okay, so what you're going to do is you tap that and boom, it jumps you right to the gingerbread house that has all the different days, as you can see, and you can tap on all the different doors and, you know, move them around. Now obviously some of them are not available yet, which I just by accident tapped on. So day 1 is done. You can still tap on it, but it's going to take you to the same link as day 4. Okay, because I'm just updating that same page. Day 2 is going to take you to the stitch tutorial. Day 3 is going to take you to the pattern, which I'll talk about shortly. Let's finish the giveaway part first. So you're going to tap on day 4, that it's going to talk about the Lion Brand giveaway with 7 skeins of yarn for 2 winners. Okay, you're going to tap on tap here. Sometimes when you tap on it, you automatically tap in a center and it takes you over immediately. Sometimes it doesn't, okay? So once it does and you're there in that giveaway section, you have 2 choices. You either scroll all the way down manually, or all you got to do is click that button right there. I'm going to call the button hyperlink. You know what I mean, okay? That pink area where it says enter below the 3 red arrows, okay? Right below that. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to tap on it. Boop, tapped on it, and it should take you right there if it does. No, today it's going to be a little grumpy. That's fine. I'm going to scroll down. Anyway, I wanted to show you anyways what I wrote down, okay? Silly me. Why am I jumping it? I'm going to talk about this in a second. So let's scroll down. I've talked about the yarn first that you have a chance to win, showing you up close picture so you know what it is. I also linked to the pattern I showed you earlier in case you want to try it out, okay? It's the heart basket with the flower insert. You can tap on that, okay? So, and then this is the video you're watching right now, and then here's the information that you're going to need. Right there is the giveaway section of it, okay? So what you're going to do is you can read this, of course. I highly recommend you do, because, you know, there's terms of conditions. There's always restrictions, okay? Make sure you read this. And it says here, enter the giveaway by 12/6/2025 by 6 p.m. Pacific time. So when you tap on tap here, this is what you see. And I see a lot of people talking about the in-scrim part, okay? I see it, but I'm wondering whether you read it this time. I really wonder. Did you? Did you? Okay, well, let me read it for you just to make sure that everyone is clear on the same rules. So first of all, we have 2 winners, okay? Second, it says you must follow Nikki's Homemade Crafts on Facebook or Instagram. Do you see that or? Do you see it? Do you see it? Okay, so it's an or. I heard you. I know that there's complaints. Some of you guys don't have Instagram. I'm trying to make it fair. You see, I can adjust. I can adjust. But you still must follow me on YouTube or subscribe, however you want to call it, okay? So I'm trying to make it easy for y'all. And then Line Brand, the same is true here. Instagram or Facebook, okay? So you're going to do that. Now, you will see down here, it's still going to ask you for all of it because I can't separate Facebook from Instagram in that kind of area right there. I can't do that. So let's say you are entering for the Facebook part of it and you don't have Instagram. You just write down, I don't have Instagram. Okay. And done, right? You have to write something there. That's just how it's going to work because otherwise I don't get all the information I need in order to confirm everything. So as long as you do that, you're good to go. Okay. So just enter all of this: first name, last name, email address. The email address is for me to contact you, whether or if you are a winner. Okay. So that's what that is for. Of course, I need to associate your email address with, your Facebook name to make sure I can look up whether or not you did what you needed to do. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you. There were supposed to be 3 winners yesterday out of the 5 that I had to disqualify. They literally did not follow me. They gave me their Instagram, they gave me their Facebook, and they gave me their YouTube information. But then I looked it up and they weren't actually following me. Okay, so the reason is because you actually didn't tap on those hyperlinked links right there. They're underlined. Okay, so you need to click those. It'll jump you to the appropriate page, right? Whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whichever, for either me or Lion Brand. And then you gotta click the actual follow button. So yes, there were 3 of them last night that I had to disqualify and say, I'm sorry, I wish I could tell you that you didn't actually do it. So I literally wrote on the bottom, you must follow it, okay? And no typos. Because obviously if you have a typo, I can't find you. So it kind of works that way. So just make sure you do what it says, right? And then you should have a higher chance because, if someone disqualifies themselves pretty much, I will look for a new winner. That's kind of how it works. I guess it's a higher chance for you. If someone doesn't follow the rules, I have to disqualify them, and there's a higher chance for you to win, right? If you do all the rules, good chance. Am I right? Claudia, you're good. The reason you won, Claudia, which I'll talk about in a second. Yes, Claudia was one of the winners, is because she actually did follow me. Yes, Claudia, you were one of the other ones, right? Because someone else was disqualified. You were the one that got picked randomly. And so I literally do a random draw. I go through the group that everyone who entered, I click on random names. I literally do randomly, okay? And then I check because the information is listed, if you submitted it. In fact, there was one person I had to disqualify and they wrote down, I don't have Facebook, I don't have Instagram, I don't have YouTube. Yeah, that doesn't work then. Does that make sense? So Claudia, you were actually one of them that got picked because others were disqualified. So good for you. Okay, so let's go through it. So anyway, so once you enter that information, you click enter the giveaway and then you're done. Ta-da! So let me go back up because I want to talk about the winners from last time. Okay, so we had on, what was it, Monday? Yes, Monday, you had a chance to win one of these, which is a crochet journal from Summer Day Crochet, okay? The link is, by the way, right here. You can still use that link, okay? It is for a 10% off the entire page or the entire site, on her entire site, so whatever you add to the cart, 10% off. You just have to use that link. I already attached the coupon code, so you don't have to type it in manually. But anyways, if you didn't win, I highly recommend you grab this. It is such high quality. I love it. If you want to improve your crochet life and make your crochet journey a lot better and a lot more fun, definitely journaling is one of them. And a crochet journal, yes. In fact, this is also great for knitters, of course, right? But oh my gosh, I love it so much. I would highly recommend getting the stickers with it because you can add things to it to make it even better. But anyways, these are our winners, okay? These are our winners. So I wrote the last name down because I noticed that there there was a lot of Rebecca's, there was a lot of Claudia's. I don't want to get confusion out there, okay? So I wrote your names down. This is going to stay there for 3 days, and then I'm going to remove it, and then the new winners are going to be placed right there, okay? So these are the 5 winners. They got an email this morning, so I got 2 responses already, so yay. I'm just waiting for the other 3, and then I'm going to send the information over to Summer Day Crochet, and she's going to ship it out to y'all for those who won. Congratulations to you 5. I am so happy for you. Let's see. Jeanette says, do you have to enter every day for this, or once covers everything? Every day. Yes. And the reason for that is because it's every time a new company, right? And for each company, you have to follow them at their special, social media places, whichever one they're telling me. Okay. So yes, if you enter Summer Days Crochet giveaway, it does not cover Lion Brand, right? Does that make sense? It is every time a new giveaway, you have to enter manually every single time because obviously they want to make sure they get something out of it, right? They're giving something away. You got to follow their rules too. So yes, Jeanette, I think I said it right. Jeanette, is it Janet or Jeanette? I'm so sorry. I'm mispronouncing names. I'm terrible at that. Anyways, point is, to answer that question, yes, you have to enter every single one. There's 8 of them. It shouldn't be too hard. I do want to point out that if you have won, you can enter again, but I will not pick you again. I will make sure that not the same person is going to be, that the same person wins again, okay? I will make sure it's going to be different winners for the entire 24 days, or let's say 8 giveaways, okay? You can't win again if you already won, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. It's just, I want to make it fair for everyone. So, yeah, it's Jeanette. Okay, I said it right. Am I right? I think I said it right. Thank you for saying it. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys are never mad if I mispronounce your names. So just go with it. This is a live here. It's not like I can fix it, okay? I'm trying my best. All right, so let's see. Nana says, oh my goodness, so elated for the winners. I know, me too. I mean, this is a fantastic price. We have some good giveaway prices coming up, but I must say, even this one is a fantastic price because I love this yarn. Can you imagine getting 7 of these? And the fact is, you can actually get like the winners, whoever's the winners. Okay, there's 2 of them, right? 2 of the winners let me actually show this again, right? 2 of the winners get to pick their own colors. Now, the colors will be picked from their website. So I will provide you the link, of course, and you can only pick colors that are currently in stock. Of course, that makes sense, right? If anything is out of stock, you can't pick those colors. But otherwise, you pretty much, whoever wins has a choice to pick whatever color they want in terms of Hue and Me yarn. So if you want to have 7 skeins of the same color, then good for you, right? Maybe you can make a whole cardigan out of it, or it's probably enough for even a blanket. It's, a decent sized blanket, right? It doesn't matter. But I must say, this yarn is definitely worth checking out if you haven't tried it yet. I mean, of course, if you're allergic to wool, this wouldn't be for you, right? For anyone who's not, who lives in the US and Canada, go enter. You have a high chance of winning. I mean, seriously, it is worth it. Am I right? What do you guys think? Is it worth it? We're having so much fun. Sheila says, well, I hope I did it right. I've been following, subscribed on all for a while. Well, then you're good to go, Sheila. All you have to do is enter your information and then you're good. You're good. Okay, I want to talk really quickly about the patterns from the last couple days. Actually, it's one pattern in a stitch tutorial from the last couple of days. Okay, so let me swoop this around. We're going to talk about this cutie pie right here. Ooh, it's kind of dark. Let me see if I can make it a hint brighter. Okay, so first of all, the stitch that you learned, okay, was the extreme drop leaf stitch. That's the one you learned on day 2, okay? Then there was a choice of 3 different patterns that I was able to pick from because I designed 3 patterns for this stitch. We had a zipper pouch, we had a basket, and then we had this cutie pie right here, which a lot of you guys really wanted. And so I was like, you know what? I'll do what you guys want. So I picked the Snowman Lovey to be published. Okay, there's a couple of notes I want to point out because I've seen a couple of comments saying, oh my gosh, this pattern is not safe for babies. All right, let's talk about it. Okay, so first of all, there are, as far as I know, but I don't want you to quote me on this, but do your own research. But as far as I know, there's two types of yarns that are okay with babies. Cotton yarn is always okay with babies, as far as I know. Acrylic yarn, some people say yes, some people say no. Do your research. This is done with acrylic yarn. Okay, let's be clear on that. The other thing is, now this is, I'm not giving this to a baby, okay, because this is mine. If I would make this for a baby, I would either not use these googly eyes. This is number one. I would not use them. The other option, what I would do is probably just add a French knot for the eyes. Okay, because the idea is you don't want any plastic pieces that can be ripped off by the babies. You guys know babies grip is strong. They have a really strong grip, okay? They will pull things off or whatever they find and can hold on to that, okay? So you don't want plastic. Now, there are some plastic googly eyes you can sew on. That might be an option, but again, plastic can break. So I don't know if I would do that. So my recommendation is, if you know you're going to give it to a baby, I would probably add French knots instead of googly eyes or anything plastic. I would just do that, okay? Add a French knot the same way as I did the mouth down here. Add it for the eyes, and then you should be okay. Everything else, there's nothing else on here where I would say, I would be worried. Actually, there's one thing I would probably do a little extra, and it's the scarf. I would sew it on more because this scarf is actually loose. You can't rip it off. It's tight enough. Like, I made it short enough that you can't pull it off, but you never know. You know, babies are strong, as I said. I don't know where they get the strength from, but it's okay. Point is, I would probably sew this on so it does not move, just to make sure that there's no issues on that, okay? So I do want to point that out. All right, let's see. Gigi says, he's so cute, but I totally screwed up on the lovey part. I completely forgot how to do the granny square. I probably should have added a link to the granny square into it. I probably would do that. I'm going to go back into the pattern and add a link to granny squares, so that way you have a reference guide. So for anyone who has trouble with granny squares, I'm just going to add a link to it. So I'm going to update this after. Thank you for letting me know about the granny square part of it. That helps me because I expected everyone to remember how to do granny square, but I shouldn't expect that. I should be more, proactive about it. So my apologies on that. I will go in and update the pattern to give everyone a granny square stitch tutorial for that as well. So you don't have just the extreme drop leaf stitch tutorial available, but also the granny stitch. Now everything else over here is just single crochet stitches, so it should be good, right? By the way, for the thumbs, I just used the alternative turning chain because I thought it was cute, and you didn't want a gigantic thumb for this, right? So I just used that in order to add the thumb, which you don't have to do if you don't want to, right? But yes, Gigi says, I feel like a fool. Don't be. No, don't feel bad at all. It's totally fine. I forget things all the time too. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna add the link into it and you're good, okay? It's not a big deal at all. I'd rather you tell me and not feel like a fool. Let's say that right away. Okay, do not ever feel like a fool when something doesn't go right. Either I can give you a video if it's available, or two, I can help you. Okay, so there's two choices. There's never a wrong question, by the way, so never feel bad. You know what? I will tell you this, Gigi, let's turn it around. I would feel bad if you don't ask the question. Then I want you to feel bad. Okay, how about that? I think that's going to make you feel better. Am I right? Because that's going to make you more compelled to actually ask the question. So please, the only time you can feel like a fool is if you didn't ask the question. So anyways, let's move on that part. I will add the link for the granny square into the pattern, so that way there's no worries about that, okay? But are there any other questions about this? I got one other question. I believe it was from Nancy. Nancy, I hope you're not going to be mad at me for mentioning that, but she had a question about this one part of it, and that is, I believe it was the thumb, not the thumb, the mitten part right right here, and she was asking whether I made a typo. I did not make a typo on that. So when you are working with the last round of what for me it's the dark blue, what I did is I used the front loop only, and then what you do with the white is you go back to the leftover back loop, okay, from that same row. I believe it's row 7. Don't quote me on it, pretty sure. So row 8 would be the last blue row, and then from row 9 you go back to the leftover loop that you had in row 7, right? Row 7 has 2 loops. It's a front loop and a back loop. And for row 8 you use the front loop. For row 9 you use the back loop. Does that make sense? So I didn't make a typo on that. You're just using the leftover loop, okay? You're not attaching it to this one because I wanted this little edge right here. And I wanted a smooth transition from the blue to the white, which is why you're using the leftover back loop from row 7. Make sense now? I hope that makes sense. And I think there was one more question about this section right here. Some people were confused. I think I made a typo on that one. I went in and I messed around with it so much that I don't remember. So I think it jumped by accident from row 11 to row 15. It wasn't supposed to. It's row 11 and then row 12, right? So the 15, it says 12, okay? There's no missing rows or anything, okay? I just made a typo in that one number. So once you finish the white part of the granny square, you're just gonna do the blue part, which is row 12 and 13, okay? I hope that makes sense. Are there any more questions about this? I think I answered everyone's questions, okay? Linda says 7 skeins are about $40 without tax and without shipping, which is a great price. I agree. I 100% agree on that part. Let's see. Asia Joe 1010. Sorry, I think I missed how to find this pattern. No worries. Happy to show you. Let me show you how to find this. Okay. So this is the giveaway part. So I'm going to jump back over here. Let's go back up. Hang on. I'm going to go back. So, is it going back? Go back. Is it going to go back? Let's see. Whoop. Go back, go back. It has to load for a second. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to click the link that I put in the description, okay? And then you have here the calendar, okay? You're going to go to this calendar. Day 1 and day 4 are giveaways. It's the same link, so ignore day 1. Day 2, okay, I'm going to see if I can open it without it clicking, right? Day 2 is going to be the extreme drop leaf stitch. This guy right here, the blue one right here, that is what you're learning on day 2. So you're going to tap that, and then you're going to learn the stitch. Then you're going to go to day 3 right here, and that is where you find the snowman lovey. Okay, that's where you find the pattern. It is free to view on my website, but you have the option. There's 4 options technically. You have 4 options to get it ad-free. Okay, so option 1 would be Ravelry. You can purchase the PDF there. It's $5, okay, or around $5. Let's say $5. We'll stick with that. Etsy, same. Okay, so there's 2 options, but one pattern for $5. Think about it, because you can get the entire ebook. Let me show you how it looks like. I will show it to you in picture format in a second too. Okay, so you can get the entire ebook with 24 patterns and all stitch tutorials and videos for either $20 or $24.99, right? Depends. So if you get the entire ebook, okay, it depends on whether you're getting the quick deal or whether you're applying the coupon code, right? So that really depends on which route you go. But you also can be part of the crochet club, and the crochet club also gets access to this ad-free. So a few different options to get it ad-free, or you just go with the free to view version, and that's fine as well. If you don't want to purchase this, that's okay. Okay, so there's going to be 8 patterns going to be published via the Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along, 8 stitch tutorials, and 8 giveaways. Okay, so let me show you all of them. Hang on, I gotta remove. Where am I? Okay, I just gonna remove this, and I can show you this. So again, we have 8 giveaways every 3rd day starting December 1st, so you can do the math. Okay, then we're going to have 8 stitch tutorials starting December 2nd every 3rd day. Got it? right? So tomorrow we have a new stitch tutorial. You don't know yet which one. That's a mystery, right? You do know which stitch tutorials I'm putting out there. You just don't know when each one is going to be published. And then for each stitch tutorial, we have 3 patterns available. And the mystery is which one of the 3 I am publishing free to view. Okay, so Rowie, does that explain this also? I hope this explains how to find everything and how it works. Are there any questions about the Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet and how it's set up? So I want to show you a picture of the other 2 patterns. Let me see. I'm going to trying to find I have all my pictures here, but I need to find which one is the right one. No, this is not the right one. Is this the right one? Nope. Hang on. I'm trying to find oh, here, I found it. No, I didn't. Oh, by the way, I did want to show you that one though. This one is made with Mandala Gradient yarn. This one right here, okay? All 3 of them are made with Mandala Gradient yarn. Just want to point that out, okay? Let's see. And I'm just looking for it. Is it this one? No. Where is my pattern? I'm looking for my picture and I can't find it. Is it this one? I keep clicking on the wrong one. It's not this one. Oh, this is the one. I was looking for it. It was like, there it is. My pictures are teeny tiny on my screen. I can't make them bigger. So I'm like always looking for my right picture. I wish I could make my pictures bigger so I can see them. Anyways, so here we go. So these were the 3 options for the extreme drop leaf stitch. And I picked the Lovey to be made available free to view, which means that the zipper pouch as well as the basket are only available in this ebook, okay? Only available in this ebook. So if you do want to get those patterns, then the ebook will be for you. So here's all 24 patterns and 8 of them will be published free to view. So I set them up into sets of 3, as you can see. The first 3 is the block and offset shell stitch. The next one is the broomstick lace stitch, so the next 3. Then 7 through 9 is the cable chain or the chain cable stitch. Then 10 through 12, you just learned, which is the extreme drop leaf stitch. 13 through 15 is the heather stitch. 16 through 18 is the harvest stitch. 19 through 21 is the jasmine stitch, and 22 through 24 is the tinsel stitch. So those are the different stitches included in the Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along. And out of every set of 3, I'm publishing one of them for free to view. Okay, so if you do want to get all of them though, then the ebook will be for you. Plus it's ad-free, printer friendly. And on top of it, I do want to point out that you have clickable buttons within the ebook. Okay, so you can jump directly to the video tutorials. It makes it super easy and user friendly. You have the main menu button that's clickable. You have the table of content that is clickable. It's literally easy to read, and it's a large font, so it's very easy to follow along. I will be adding that granny stitch tutorial into for the Lovey. I will be adding that into it, and I will update it. So as soon as the live is over, I'm going to do that. So that way, for those who need that extra tutorial, I will give it to you. No worries at all. So let's see. Are there any more questions about this? Let's see. Rowie is saying, what's the difference between gradient and variegated? Okay, I will tell you. Okay, I will tell you. I'm actually going to pop up that picture. Actually, I'm going to show you. Let me see. I don't have another yarn. I'm going to just do it with this one. Okay, so number 1, variegated yarn. I'm probably mispronouncing that word. Variegated, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Variegated yarn, it means that it's yarn that has multiple different colors, okay, within one skein. So that is, it's like a big category. Variegated yarn means multicolored yarn. Now, but it means that the colors transition from one to another. Now, there's also yarn that is twisted, like where there's 2 colors twisted together. That is technically not variegated yarn. Variegated yarn means you have different areas of different colors within the same ball, skein, hank, whatever, okay? Variegated yarn has different areas of colors. Now, gradient is a subcategory of variegated yarn. Gradient yarn is where the transition from one color to the next is smooth, which is one of my absolute favorites. If I use variegated yarn, it'll be gradient yarn. Any type of gradient yarn or ombre yarn that goes in this kind of transition where I do not know where the color starts and stops, that's the one I prefer, okay? So variegated yarn is the broad subject, the broad category, and then gradient is underneath, is a subcategory. I hope that makes sense. So let's see. Kelly says, will you be updating ebook as well? Yes, everything. Wherever the Lovey pattern is, wherever this one is going to be found, in the PDF, in the ebook, and on my website, and TCC. So that's 4 different locations. Wherever this pattern is, I will be updating it. So give me like 30 minutes after the live or so, and I will be updating it, and then you can just go in. I will usually add a note to the ebook. Right by the download section, I will add a note and say, this is when it was updated. So when you see that note, that is when you can download it again, and then the link will be available for you. Sounds good? I'm making it easy for you, okay? I'm not going to send a separate email out just to make sure that that one link is in there, okay? That is just too many emails since I sent daily emails. I don't want to overwhelm you, but I will be adding that in there. So give me like 30 minutes or so after the live, and I will be updating that. Let me see. Are there any more questions? Don, I did see that you got the ebook. Yay! I'm so happy for you. All right, so now for you that you know all the information, I highly recommend you enter the giveaway for the You and Me yarn. Again, you have a chance to win one. You have a chance to be one of 2 winners and have a chance to get 7 skeins of this yarn if you live in the US and Canada and you follow all the rules, which is not that many. Really, it's not. You follow us on social media, the ones that are required, and then you're good to go. Enter the information, click the enter giveaway button, and you're done. It really is that easy. It's probably 2 minutes and you're done with it, okay? Let's see. Maxine says, do you do the extreme drop leaf stitch in the chain spaces of the Lovey? Yes. Let me see if I can show it to you. You see it? It's into that space. It's not directly the chain space, but it kind of is, if that makes sense. Because it is below, it's pretty much wherever there's a hole. Does that make sense? Wherever there's a hole, right? You kind of break it up into 5 areas, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you literally put it into that let's call them spaces, right? Because you are crocheting into it with the white, but then you're going to crochet into it with the blue on top of it, okay? So, Beverly, there's a little note on it, and that says you only get to enter 1 time per giveaway. You can enter multiple times, but it's not going to show up on my end. It's going to show you as 1 time. So even if you enter multiple times, it's not going to show up multiple times on my end. It's only going to show up once. Okay, so 1 time per giveaway you can enter. So every time there's a new giveaway announced, you can enter that one, but it has to be separate. So for example, day 1, if you enter day 1, you can enter day 4 again. Okay, no worries at all. But even if you enter multiple times on day 4, I'm not going to see that on my end. So even if you do, it's not going to show up. So I'm just going to tell you it's probably not a good way to do it. You know, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I can't see it on my end. Okay. Let's see. There was another question from Margot. I assume Saturdays and Sundays will be included on this. Will you be on YouTube on those days? So Margot, wonderful question. I'm actually going to pop up a picture for this to make sure this a little bit more makes sense. Okay. So every time I announce a giveaway, I will be going live on YouTube that same day. Okay, so that will be every 3rd day starting December 1st. I went live on the 1st. Today's the 4th. The next time will be the 7th. We're not, like Saturday and Sundays, we're not skipping those. It's not weekdays. It is 24 days until Christmas pretty much, okay? So every day is considered equal in terms of whether I go live or not, okay? The only times I go live is when there's a giveaway because I want to talk about how to enter the giveaway. I want to talk about the prices, like right now, the You and Me yarn. So that is one of the reasons. Plus, I want to give the brands that are providing these giveaway prices a little bit extra exposure and for you to know a little bit more about them or their products, okay, depending on what it is. So I'm going live the next time on the 7th, which I believe is on a Sunday. Is that right? Yes, it's this Sunday. Okay, I'm going to go live at 12 p.m. Pacific time on that day, and we'll talk about the next giveaway, which you still don't know what it is. It's going to be a surprise every single time. Okay, let's see. Beverly says, if you're not following one of the companies and go back and follow after you enter the giveaway, will it still count? Yes, technically, if it's before the deadline. Okay, let me remind you on that part. Hang on, I will put up this picture here. Do you see that deadline? So let's say you enter the giveaway and on the 4th, which is today, and then let's say you remember, oh, I need to follow them, and then you go in on the 5th, and then you follow them on the 5th, whoever it is, including me, right? And you do all the requirements on the 5th. I don't see that anyways on that day. I will be going through it after this deadline. So once it's 6 p.m. Pacific time, December 6th, I will shut this one off and then go find my winners. So as long as you do it by the giveaway, it's a yes from me. Does that make sense? So Beverly, if you did enter already and you realize you haven't followed the companies yet, you still have time to do so as long as it's before each deadline. You have a deadline for each one. Tracy is asking, on the border of the lovey, do you work around on the navy blue before the extreme drop leaf stitch? No. It went right into it. So we have 2 rows. I'm pretty sure I wrote it down that way too. Let me remove the picture and I'll show it to you as much as I can with my camera. Not sure it's going to pick it up, or actually it might. You can see it right here. Let me see if I can zoom in just a tad and make it a hint brighter, just a tiny bit brighter. I'm not sure, it's going to blend out the white a little bit. Okay, so right here you have those single crochet stitches right into the white that are part of the same row as the extreme drop leaf stitch, and then you have 1 more row on top. Okay, to just kind of finish that up. Otherwise you have those giant chains and you don't want to have those just hanging there. So there's 1 more row on top at the end with single crochet stitches. Okay, is that making sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let me see. Was there another question? I'm going to remove this so I can answer the question. Let's see. Sarah says, is there a video on the feather stitch and how to do that? Yes, it's already included in the ebook. All the stitches, as mentioned right there, with the video tutorials are included for the heather stitch. All 24 patterns are already included in the ebook. So, Sarah, if you got the ebook, you have it all available to you already. The feather stitch currently has not been published free to view or in TCC. It hasn't been published yet. It will be part of this collection, yes. Let me pop up this picture again so everyone knows what the feather stitch is. The feather stitch is 13 through 15. Okay, that's the feather stitch. So it will be published, but you don't know yet when. So if you want to work on it now, then the best thing to do is grab the ebook. I put the link and all the information up here for the ebook as well. Was there another question? Angeline, is it Angel? I'm just going to go with Angel. I don't know your full name here. What do you do if you need to fix the name you entered on the contest? I would almost do a little experiment. What I would do is if you made a typo, re-enter and email me after. And tell me what you entered and I can see on my end if it fixed it. Because I actually don't know what happens if you correct something. I really don't know what happens. So if you want to do an experiment with me, do that. Go back in. Let's say you made a typo. I don't know if you did. It sounds like you did. If you made a typo, go in, re-enter, right? And then email me right after, and then I can check whether that fix was updated on my end. Okay, and then I can tell you whether it works or not. I would love for you to do this little experiment with me. Would you mind doing that with me? I would love that. And then I can tell you whether it does. And if it doesn't, I will fix it on my end, and I will let everyone know on the next giveaway if that is how it works. But I would love for you to do an experiment with me. Here's my email address, so you can email me after you did it. So re-enter with the fixed information, and then email me, and then I will check on my end if it worked. Please do that. Okay, so Sarah says, okay, I need to print it. Okay, go for it. Go for it. Let's see. Linda says, when you're doing the drop leaf on the border, do you put 3 single crochets in the corner? I don't remember the pattern on top of my head. Let's see. Yes, I'm pretty sure I wrote it down that way. I don't have the pattern memorized, you guys. But I can see it on my end. I see 3 single crochet stitches in the corner. Do you see it? I see 3 of them in the corner right there. Pretty sure I wrote that down if my memory's right. Guys, that's 24 patterns. I do not have everything memorized, but I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did because I see it on my project right here. Pretty sure I did. Okay, are there any more questions about the giveaway, the ebook, or anything related to it? This will be a good chance to do that. I'm going to go off in about 1 minute. So this is your chance. If you have one more question, I will answer it. Otherwise, you can always email me. I just showed my email address, so email me if you have a further question about the giveaway, the yarn. Please make sure you also thank Lion Brand for the giveaway opportunity. Go to their pages, Instagram, Facebook, whichever one you have, and say thank you. Go to one of their posts and say thank you for providing these 7 skeins of Hue and Me yarn for the giveaway for Nikki's Homemade Crafts. Make sure you mention my name. So Nikki's Homemade Crafts, not just Nicole Riley. They won't know what it means. You need to go by the business name. So Nikki's Homemade Crafts, and say thank you for providing the giveaway prizes for Nikki's Homemade Crafts Advent Calendar Mystery Crochet Along. The more you guys do that, the higher chance I can do giveaways with them again. Because what they really truly are after is page views to their website, of course sales too. So if you purchase something going through my link, that would mean even more to them. Just to be clear, I'm not going to say that's a requirement. It's not. But if you are going to make a purchase through my link, that will show on their end that these giveaways are working. Okay, so if you are making purchases after we talk about each individual brand, then please do that through my link so they know you're coming from me. And here's again my email address if anyone has a question. Okay, you can always pause the video so you can type it out. So that is my email address if you ever need to ask me a question. But please tell them thank you, and if you ever make a purchase, go through my link so they know that these giveaways are worth it. Because if they don't get any followers or engagement or sales out of it, then the giveaways are not going to happen again in the future. That's just how it works, right? They need to make sure they're getting a return for giving away prices. Okay, Rebecca, how do you enter this giveaway? Will you do me a favor and rewatch the video, because I literally did a step-by-step on how to do that. Rebecca, please rewatch the video. Just, you know, rewind a little bit, because I literally show how to do it step by step. Okay, so you just literally click this link. I put it in the comments. You click on day 4, you scroll down to the area below the red arrows, and then you enter the information. That's it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. And if you have another question, here's my email address and you can email me. Okay, so thank you guys all for being here. I will see you guys the next time for the next giveaway. So now you need to enter for the giveaway, and I will see you guys back here on the 7th for the next giveaway, and we're also going to announce the winners on that day. Have a wonderful day. Merry Christmas. Happy hooking. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.